very much. Thank you, thank you.
We're here in Rome, and it's the most wonderful time of the year. No, it's not Christmas. It's artichoke season. Right now, markets across the city are humming with the sound of people hacking away at Rome's favorite vegetable.
So show me
Sì.
the artichokes.
Allora,
As I've been finding out, with Roman food, you sometimes have to dig a little to get to the good stuff.
So this is for the carciofi alla romana.
o alla Giulia.
Once trimmed, they can be deep fried to make one of my all-time favorite Roman foods, carciofi alla Judea, Jewish fried artichokes.
You know, my grandmother and my mother would make these.
Ask anyone here, and they'll tell you that this weird-looking vegetable is a definitive Roman food.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I say
Bye-bye.
ciao, ciao, ciao.
But what I love is that under those rough outer leaves, it contains an entire history, a story of how society's outcasts can change the habits of an entire city. These picturesque ruins once contained the misery of Rome's Jewish ghetto. From the 1500s onwards, the city's entire Jewish community was locked in this walled area, only allowed to leave to do menial jobs in the daytime before being locked in at night.
Circondati, c'erano i cancelli,
Ogni giorno erano chiusi a...
uscivano gli ebrei per andare a lavorare, poi tutti i lavori umili perché è sempre stato vietato a loro di fare lavori importanti. Guai perché se in una certa ora loro non erano entrati erano fuori e guai chi li prendeva.
Italia Tagliacozzo is in her 80s and has lived here her whole life.
E io abitavo lì, ero una bambina piccola, abitavo lì e quelle finestre aperte gialle.
When the Nazis seized Rome in October 1943, the ghetto was a sitting target, and its 1,204 residents were sent to the gas chambers. Italia was one of just a handful who escaped when her uncle hid her outside the city.
Mio padre ci ha perso tutta la famiglia, tutti qui hanno perso le persone care.
For the few who survived, food became a vital link back to their past. The Jews of Rome had lived in poverty for centuries and were forced to rely on the cheapest of ingredients.
Il cibo è legato alla storia,
Yeah.
perché il mangiare era povero, non potevano permettersi le bisteccone, i filetti, il pesce azzurro, il pesce buono, quindi compravano tutte cose che costavano poco e niente.
Using typical Roman inventiveness, the Jews transformed unloved ingredients like anchovies, eggplants, and artichokes into dishes that the entire city would eventually take to its heart. Alongside pasta and offal, the influence of Jewish cooking is the third pillar of Roman cuisine today. Italia set up a restaurant serving the best Jewish food in the ghetto.
Mangi veramente bene, ti faccio mangiare da Dio e poi mi devi dire Italia, hai ragione, qui si mangia bene.
Sì.
In this kitchen, Italia and her crack team raised the humble artichoke into food for the ages.
Adesso facciamo i carciofi.
Sì, facciamo. E come ti chiami? No? Giorgio, mi dispiace.
Allora, questo qui,
Yeah.
se ben notate, è tutto tenero
Yeah.
e si frigge, dai, fallo, e diventa così.
Okay. So this is that. That was done yesterday.
Adesso lo
Cooked in the
finiamo
oil and then
questo.
refrigerated.
Allora finisce, fammi tu, finisci.
See. Right, so he's spreading out the leaves. They're cooked, pre-cooked.
No, non fa bucciacchiare, troppo bucciacchiare.
Look at how beautiful that is.
Il sale,
Vale questo. Posso
Certo,
assaggiare
non
questo?
taglio niente,
Andiamo fuori. No,
Adesso
andiamo
sì.
là.
Vai, vai.
That's the best one I've had. That is delicious.
It's so addictive. It's like eating candy. You just can't stop. It's so crispy.
Oh, perché è importante questa, per fare questa cucina ancora?
Perché abbiamo dedotto che è una cucina appetitosa.
That people love, yeah.
Tanti vengono qui per mangiare proprio tutte queste cose.
This dish tells a story. It has survived the darkest of times and links us to a past that was almost wiped out. To me, it's a type of historical monument in Italian cooking, now beloved by everyone and proudly embraced by the entire city.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. I'm excited to let you know that my digital show Full Circle is back. You can watch it every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. live Eastern Time or anytime on demand. And to make sure you never miss a show, you can get alerts on every episode via the CNN app. I'll see you then.
Business stories in one place. Expert analysis from every corner of the globe. Marketplace Africa, all new Marketplace Asia and Europe with CNNBusiness.com.
Once in a generation opportunity.
Technology, innovation, business.
To understand Italy, you need to look at the food.
So, Bologna.
People here really know how to wait, and because they've waited, I don't have to.
So,
Stanley Tucci searching for Italy. Sunday on CNN. Monday, join a celebration.
Full on fireworks.
With performances from Bebe Rexha, Billy Ray Cyrus, Black Eyed Peas, Blues Traveler, Brad Paisley, Chicago, Flo Rida, Foreigner, Neo, Nelly, REO Speedwagon, Sammy Hagar and the Circle, Susanna Hoffs, The Beach Boys, and Trisha Yearwood. It's gonna be amazing. Don Lemon, Dana Bash, Victor Blackwell, and Ana Cabrera host The 4th in America. Monday on CNN.
It's my last night in Rome. During my time here, I've learned that, above all else, food in Italy is about who you are and where you're from. But where does that leave you if you're an outsider? I've come to Bistro 64, a restaurant that has won a Michelin star for serving up some of the best Italian food in the city. The surprising thing is that the chef is an out-of-towner. And no, he's not from Naples or even Milan. He's from Japan.
Buonasera.
Buonasera,
Stanley.
Kotaro. Nice to meet
Pleasure.
you.
Nice to meet you too.
Kotaro Noda was lured here 20 years ago by his obsession with the flavors of Italian cuisine.
E perché?
Che grande storia. La cucina italiana ha un equilibrio sul piatto con pochi ingredienti.
Noda's food has won praise for its creativity. But tonight he's making the simplest Roman classic. It's one of the famous four pastas, cacio e pepe, literally cheese and pepper.
Io amo. Cucina romana.
Sì.
There are just three main ingredients, but it takes great skill to make this Roman favorite perfect.
Che tipo di formaggio?
Pecorino e parmigiano misto.
Misto.
Percentuale al segreto.
Of course, another Italian kitchen secret.
Dobbiamo raffreddare un pochino, così diventa cremoso, perché io amo Roma, uso prodotti vicino a sé. Allora, facciamo un pochino più sopra, aggiuntivo di formaggio e un po' di pepe. Ecco pronto, questo è il mio cacio e pepe. È lungo.
Could take a while.
Buono?
Perfetto, veramente
Grazie.
perfetto.
I know you may be thinking this is ludicrously simple food, but believe me, it's extraordinary. And don't just take my word for it.
Where's Karen? Karen, come here.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Karen, who works with us, one of the producers. She's from Rome. So you tell us what you think, Karen.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. No pressure, no pressure.
Okay.
He's not nervous at all.
I'm not about it.
He doesn't care about our opinion.
Va
It's
bene?
divine. Yes, it's so good. It's perfectly creamy. It's not too intense. It's not overloaded with flavor.
Yeah,
Perfect amount of pepper.
yeah.
And it really respects, how it would be cooked in a family. Yeah, and
Questo è mezzo parmigiano, mezzo...
Andiamo. 70-30. Era segreto ma non è più segreto. 60 pecorino romano, 30 parmigiano.
Ah.
it's always a secret.
there's
Never
always
gets
a
a secret. There's always a
There's
secret.
always a secret, yes.
When it comes to food, Romans know what they like and like what they know. Beyond his masterful take on the classics, Noda's menu is full of incredible innovations, from sweetbreads with heart to purple potato cream with plum gelato. I was curious how the city had taken to his creations.
Ma chi venga qui? Turisti? Italiani no, i romani.
Italiani vengono, romani che non vengono. All'inizio venivano, poi dopo non si vengono più. Adesso
Non sanno quello che si perdono a non venire qui a mangiare da te.
per questo non posso rispondere io, perché
Sì, sì, sì.
Hai ragione.
The downside of Rome being so steeped in history is that sometimes great things are resisted because they're new and not what people are used to. Missing food this good is a real shame.
I'm sorry.
But here's the thing. The one thing Romans can't resist is a good meal. And I'm hopeful that soon Noda's food will be another culinary landmark in this eternal city.
When the kids are home and those after school cravings kick in, that doesn't have to be a recipe for eating junk food. Try whipping up a smoothie for the kiddos instead. They can be tasty and nutritious when made of strawberry. And the antioxidants in strawberries can help boost your immune system. Or try sweet potato to add a little more zing. Try blending sweet potato, cauliflower, rice, almond butter, and then add some of your favorite spices like cinnamon and nutmeg or vanilla. This smoothie is packed with protein and fiber that can help kids stay full longer. And avocado toast can make for a great snack for older kids. Avocados are packed with healthy fats and fiber. For younger kids, keep it simple with yogurt and graham crackers or berries and yogurt. Yogurt is a great source for several nutrients, including bone-building calcium and muscle-building protein.
Monday through Friday on CNN.
Business never sleeps. As the sun sets in Seoul and Shanghai, deals are signed in Dubai, and Europe is already in play. New York prepares to make its first move. I'm Julia Chatterley, journalist, global market analyst, and host of CNN's First Move. Join me in the financial capital of the world for a market-moving perspective on the news influencing global politics, culture, and finance. I'll speak to newsmakers, risk takers, and the ultimate game changers. Bold moves, big deals, winning trades. It's all right here. Make CNN your first move.
First Move with Julia Chatterley. Tonight on CNN.
I'm Patrick Snell in Atlanta, and this is CNN.
Boy, oh boy, you talk to people who have faith, and they always say, you know, religion doesn't keep bad things from happening in your life, but faith can often help you get through what does happen. And that's certainly the case for the Monte Agudo family. Thank you for watching. Don Lemon tonight, right now.
There are some beautiful families there, and the stories that they're telling about their loved ones, heart-wrenching and much needed. We need to hear about the lives of the folks. But I have some breaking handoff news that I want to talk to you about because you're an attorney. Talk to me about what's happening with Weisselberg and the Trump org, because of supposedly this is over tax crimes in connection with an array of perks and benefits awarded to employees.
Right.
So Weisselberg is supposedly charged now, indicted, I should say, and the Trump organization. What gives? What's
Indicted,
going on?
charged, same thing. He's in the same position. He's supposed to surrender himself tomorrow, is our reporting. Now, let me give you the plus minus on this, okay? Here's the bad news for Trump people, okay? We've never seen a former president connected to this kind of criminal prosecution. This is his company. It was just indicted for alleged criminal behavior. More troubling is the man that they have fingered for this, Weisselberg, now is in a jam because the only way out of it, he obviously couldn't convince them that they had the wrong guy or it wasn't worth what they think. He may be able to convince a jury otherwise. But if these benefits, ill-gotten gains, as prosecutors will call them, extended to his kids, and they can say to him, we're going to charge your kids, Mr. Weisselberg, and you're going to go away, and so might they, unless somebody else knew somebody told you to do this, then you need to tell us. That can be very powerful medicine. What's the minus? These charges, any day in prison is a bad day. Don't get me wrong. But these are not heavyweight charges.
That's where I was going. Well, aren't they going to say that most companies, most people do this? It's not a chargeable offense. Why are you charging the former president's company and the person who ran or signed the checks? Are you treating him any differently than you would treat anyone else? If you look at any company, they're a part.
They can, but I don't think that gets you very far in a court of law. You don't like the president. You only know what you show. And if they show that the tax code was violated or that any statutes were violated, it doesn't matter how you feel about the violator. They violated the law. And now it's up to the jury to decide whether it meets the burden and to a judge to figure out what the punishment is. So I don't think that argument is very strong. The problem for prosecutors will be, one, can they make the case against these people? We're putting an expectation that they want to get Trump. That's politics. That's media. We don't know that. They just want to go where the evidence lies. Right. But if Weisselberg, as Barbara Rez, longtime Trump employee, said on the show tonight, he knew they only did what he told them to do. If that's the case, we could see a former president of the United States indicted.
I think that's the last word on that. We have lots of breaking news. I wanted to clarify that with you because we're going to be talking about that and other things as well. I shall see you tomorrow. Thank you, my friend.
I give you my legal advice for free because I love you.
I appreciate your perspective and your legal advice, and that goes double. Thank you, sir. All right, I'll see you soon. So that's the breaking news. This is Don Lemon tonight. Obviously, I'm Don Lemon, but there is, that's one bit of our breaking news. We have other breaking news as it comes to this, as it comes to the insurrection, and so on and so forth. We're going to talk about Bill Cosby tonight. Bill Cosby is a free man. And the women who accused him, who spoke out about what they say the star who was once known as America's dad did to them, many of whom I've spoken with over the years, well, they are shocked tonight, wondering how this can happen. He is back at his Pennsylvania home thanks to a surprise ruling from Pennsylvania Supreme Court vacating his 2018 conviction for sexual assault. Cosby had been sentenced to up to 10 years in a state prison for drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constant at his home 14 years ago. He said nothing at a press conference outside his home today, just nodding his head as his publicist called his victory for Americans treated badly by the judicial system. That's how his publicist described it. Cosby later tweeted he has always maintained his innocence and thanked his fans. Andrea Constant, who at the time worked for Temple University, was mentioned by Cosby, putting out a statement calling the decision not only disappointing, but of concern in that it may discourage those who seek justice for sexual assault in the criminal justice system from reporting or participating in the prosecution of the assailant, or may force a victim to choose between filing either criminal or civil action. Filing either a criminal or civil action. So the fact is, the court didn't say Cosby's accusers weren't telling the truth. They didn't say he's innocent, despite Cosby's claims. This was strictly procedural. But it leaves so many women who publicly accused him of raping or assaulting them, at least 50 of them by CNN's count, it leaves them in shock. It does. I talked with some of them back in 2014, and their stories are devastating.
But I could not move, I couldn't respond. And I remember feeling something warm hit the side of my leg. And when I woke up, I just had the Hilton hotel robe on and no clothes. Yeah. But before that, I had on clothes. It changed my whole life. And I got a piece of it back. And the only thing that I have left is to confront him. And I would love to see you in a court of law. I want to see you in a court of law. I would like to see you eye to eye. I want him to be the man he was when he took away my youth and accept a woman to who I am now and